Hey, what's up guys? This is David here at Roller Warehouse, and today I want to talk to you guys about the different types of frames and what riding anti-rocker and freestyle and flat all mean. If you're just getting into rollerblading, you've probably heard those terms before, anti-rocker, flat, freestyle, but you probably have no idea what they mean, or you are just confused by all of it. So I just wanted to break it down for you a little bit and simplify it and make you have a better understanding of what all these different things mean, if you will. So first we'll start with what is called an anti-rocker setup. It's anti-rocker because it has what we call anti-rocker wheels on the inside of the frame here, and these are small plastic wheels that are not made to roll. They're just made to essentially just sit in the frame and be still, and they help you with grinding essentially, because when you lock into a rail, you're right there, you're in the groove, and then the rail can't pop out of the groove because the anti-rockers are there to kind of block it and keep it locked in place. So they're really good for grinds and doing rails and ledges and stuff like that, especially because when you're on a ledge and you lock on, the anti-rockers will slide nicely across the top of the ledge, as opposed to a flat setup, which will have some trouble because it's going to hit the wheels and it's going to kind of stick and be, it's not going to want to slide so easily, if you will. But with anti-rockers, you lock in and you slide freely like there's nothing even there. But they're great because they keep you locked in. You just come with normal wheels on the outside too. You want to get like 55 to a 58, 59 millimeter on the outside with the anti-rockers on the inside, and that's the prime setup you want. You're going to sacrifice a little bit of turning ability and a little bit of speed, and the wheels are going to wear down faster because there's going to be more stress on them because there's only two of them. But it's well worth it in my opinion. I mean, it's a lot easier to grind. It's a lot more carefree. You can just jump on and grind. You don't have to worry about your wheels sticking. And overall, just a really good way to ride. It's probably the most popular frame style out there. So if you want to ride anti-rocker, this is what it's all about right here. These Featherlight 2 frames from Ground Control are really good for it. But every company pretty much makes a good frame for anti-rocker. It's, like I said, the most popular way to ride. So that's what that is. So when you hear anti-rocker, now you'll have some sort of idea of what they're talking about at least. Next we'll talk about riding freestyle. And freestyle is a specific term to say that you're riding with no middle wheels at all. So you don't have any normal flat riding wheels like this. You don't have any anti-rockers, you just have nothing. One big space. As you can see, this Shadow Mook frame here is specifically designed for freestyle riding, and it has just one giant H-block right there in the middle, and then two normal wheels on the outside. So it's pretty similar to anti-rocker in the sense that it has just the two big wheels on the outside, but instead of having the anti-rockers, it just has one big piece of plastic, so there's no chance of you missing your groove or anything. You're just going to be sliding smoothly and freely along the ledge, pretty much. I like freestyle a lot, but freestyle, you need to groove your frame before you go out and skate it. And what I mean by that, as you can see, there's no real place for the frame to lock in. This is where anti-rockers would come in handy. Let's say you lock into a rail right here, nothing's stopping you from just sliding all about and kind of chitter-chattering all across the rail. So what you want to do when you first get freestyle frames is you want to go to a rough ledge or something where you can kind of put, a groove right there or some sort of little niche that the rail can lock into. That way when you're sliding, you're not going to pop out of the groove. It's got to be nice and deep so that when you're grinding, it's going to be locked into place and it's not going to have any chance of bouncing around. One of the benefits to freestyle, I think, is that when you're riding anti-rocker, the only thing I don't like about it is that when you jump onto a rail, you have the potential to lock right here, or you have the potential to lock right here, and then you can't really get out of it because the two wheels are blocking you. And that's a little scary to me, especially if you're skating at like a bigger rail, like a handrail. You don't have to be worrying about locking into the middle of your frame. You want to be able to just do it every time. And if you're locking there, it's just not fun. I've fallen many times doing that, and I'm not happy afterwards. But with freestyle, you can lock in right here, you can lock in right here, and you're going to kind of just slide back into your groove, and that's going to be the end of it. You have a little bit more room for error, and it just kind of saves you a little bit more. So you can really be carefree when you're sliding on a ledge. You can just jump on. If you lock up here, you're going to slide right into place, and you slide freely. As you can see, the frame comes up very high to slide on top of the ledge, and it's nice and easy. Pretty simple. The grinds are pretty, just raw. It's just plastic and no wheels. That's it. You're going. You're sending it. So that's a freestyle setup. Nothing in the middle. Two wheels on the outside. Most frames have the big plastic piece for the freestyle specific setup, but that's what that is. It's the Shadow Mook frame, in case you're curious. And that's freestyle. So then, that brings us to the last setup, which is riding flat. I have brought along a Kaiser Slimline frame here, which is a really good frame for riding flat because it has such a big H-block. As you can see, the wheels in the middle are spread apart pretty far, that's going to give you maximum space for grinding, which is really what you need. Because a lot of people like flat because you have a lot of speed and you have a lot of turning ability, you have a lot of control over the skate. You go really fast. They're good for skate parks, ramps, half pipes, doing airs, launches, stuff like that. But they lack a little bit when it comes to grinding because, like I said, you can kind of stick on these wheels because they're not plastic, they're urethane, so they're a little bit more of a sticky material. They're made to grip ground, so when it comes across a ledge or a rail, it's going to grip the rail and you're going to stick. It might potentially fly forward, which is not what you want. It's going to hurt. So you can still grind with a flat frame. It's not like you can't do it, but it's much easier with an anti-rocker or a freestyle frame if you're mainly focused on grinding and not so much on speed or turning. Not that you don't have speed with these, but it's just you have more speed with 4 wheels. And the wheels are going to wear down less quickly because there's less stress upon each wheel, so they're going to last a little bit longer as well. But other than that, I mean, you can train yourself to grind properly on a flat frame. It's not that you can't grind with it, or you're going to automatically stick every time. You just kind of have to relearn it, and it's a little bit more difficult. So that's what flat's all about. If you're going to ride flat, I recommend you take some time to really learn how to get on top of ledges and rails and properly grind on the edge of them. Other than that, that's pretty much the 3 setups. We have anti-rocker here with the ground control Featherlight 2 frames. We have freestyle here with the Shadow Move frames, and we have flat here with the Kaiser Steel line. All 3 of these are a good way to ride. It's all personal preference. No one way is better than the other. Everybody likes different things. Personally, right now I'm riding freestyle, but I've ridden both ways before, and I like them all in their own ways. So that's pretty much it. Now you have a little more insight on what it means to ride anti-rocker, what it means to ride flat, what it means to ride freestyle, so you can probably have a better comprehension of what we're talking about. Sometimes if you call us and talk to us over the phone, or if you look on the website, see the other videos and stuff, now you know what we're talking about. So ride flat, ride freestyle right here with no wheels, ride anti-rocker with the small wheels. All 3 are good. We have all these different kinds of setups for sale on the website, so choose which one's best for you. Try them all out if you want to. And most definitely check it out at rollerwarehouse.com. Later.
Everyone would take a cue from anything